Yeah, yeah. Let me just talk about what we are, because people are talking about this out of body experience. All this. I don't buy that too much, and I can't say I have never had an out of body experience. I don't know what that is. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it means, really and truly. People tell me all kinds of different things. But all I'm saying is the body is just like a car. It's like a vehicle. You don't live in your car. You don't sleep in your car. You know what I'm saying? You go in and out of your car. You know? If your car was remote control, you would have sent a signal to your car. You wouldn't have to enter your car. You would have used your remote control, send a signal to your car, and your car drives itself if you want. Yeah? But you are the signal and you are the information that drives the car. You are the manifested living information, physical information that drives the car. You go into the car and you drive it to the required destination, and the car does what you tell it to do. You know? It's just like the body. You know? It's like genetics and epigenetics. We learn that in epigenetics that the genes are controlled by a higher force, a higher energy, the environment, which is in the environment, the ethers. Yeah, and we are the genes. With the body, the whole body is the genes. The genes is the body. You know what I'm saying? So basically, we are a tower of broadcasting and receiving any information signals. So we broadcast signals that we receive. So we have a receiving part of our tower that receives information, signals, and we broadcast that signals. We broadcast that signals through what we every day, what we do in our lives. Yeah? But the signal does not stay in the body. The signal comes to the body, comes through the body, and it instructs the body what to do. But the signal is not in the body all the time. You know? The signal is always out there in the ethers. Yeah? And it's constantly broadcasting, it's constantly broadcasting itself, and it's constantly sending signals to that body. As long as that body is in working order, it will constantly receive that signal. Like when we go to sleep, it's like we die. When you sleep, it's like you're dead. You're lifeless. The body is lifeless. You know, because the signal is not signaling the body. It's not telling the body any information to do, which is giving the body a chance so that the body can recuperate and recharge itself. Yeah, because the body has cells. It's a battery. It has to recharge itself so that it can recharge itself so that it can broadcast all the signals that it receives on a daily basis. Yeah. Okay. So the ethers, which we are, which is information signals. Yeah. We broadcast. We broadcast ourselves through the body. So when you say you have an out of body experience, I can take that as yes, I understand we have an out of body experience because we always out of the body. Yeah? We are just sick, we just send signals to the body. Signals. Yeah? The ether sends signals to the body. And that body is compatible to certain signals. Yeah? It's not compatible to the signals that comes to that body is not compatible to another person's body. It's only compatible to the body that it's assigned to. And when that body expires, the signal ceases to broadcast, you know, and the signal cease to be received because there's no receiver to receive the signals, and then there's no broadcaster to broadcast the signals. But doesn't mean the signals is disappeared and gone. The signals is always there. Just like how you think we learn how to do radio and television, because we get the radio waves from the ether, yeah, and with the radio waves, when we switch off the radio, doesn't mean that we switch off the radio waves. The radio waves are still there. It's when we switch on that broadcasting box tower, which is the radio or the television, we can receive the signals, and the signals broadcast to us. You know? Yeah. So we are broadcasting, receiving, broadcasting towers, walking, living, manifesting. You know? And that's our body. But we are actually signals. We are actually energy, ether, information. You know? And that information always finds a way to express itself constantly, because that's what it does. You know, it's a constant cognitive energy. You know, it's a constant cognitive energy. You know, that finds ways and many ways to manifest and broadcast itself or express itself. Yeah, through the trees, birds, you know, the soil, everything. Yeah, and that's energy broadcasting, energy receiving. So our body is nothing but a tower. This body is nothing. This avatar is nothing but a tower, a broadcasting tower and a receiving tower at the same time. We receive and broadcast because we receive the broadcast. Yeah, and that's the way I understand it. And any other thing, like I don't know much about religion. I don't know much about the soul or the spirit, but I know we signals, we energy, we information. Yeah, it's a wave of energy, a wave of information, a wave of signals. You know, constantly flowing, constantly flowing. You know, we're in the ethers. Yeah, and bam, once it finds a compatible tower, it broadcasts itself. But until then, it's always flowing, always going, information flowing. That's why when somebody dies, you remember them. You still remember them because you remember in you receiving a small amount of the signal, but not enough to broadcast. Not enough to broadcast its own self, because it's not compatible to your body. So we remember it's in the clouds, so we can tap into the clouds. We can tap into that memory, because the memory is in the clouds. The memory is in the ethers. The memory is no different from the cloud that they use in the internet. You know, we say things on the cloud, on the internet. It's not on the hard drive, because your memory, you cannot say that you can go in your brain and then suss out all the information that you have and find it. And no. Your brain is another tower that you know, that part that receives, that can tap into the cloud, you know, into the ethers, and get the memories and get the information, because we constantly have to remember things, because that's how we live, you know, without us remembering things. But because we're not conscious of that constant remembering, our subconscious is what's in charge of that. It does it without even we knowing. We walk, you know what I'm saying? If we couldn't remember how to walk every day, we would not be able to walk. But we have to rely on our consciousness to remember how to walk. We only walk sometimes, because our consciousness is only a short amount of time Period. You know, in a day you're not fully conscious 24/7. You're conscious maybe 15 out of the 24. You know what I'm saying? Maybe even less. But the rest of the time you live in your subconscious. The subconscious is the hard drive that drives everything without even you thinking about it. You know? I don't know if this makes sense to you, but yeah, that's how I see it. That's how I understand technology and how technology is based on us, on who we are. And not just who we are as a physical body, no, who we are as in the ethers. We are signals. So we learn that we can tap in and we can create a receiver for them signals, and we can receive the appropriate signals. You know? So yeah, you're saying you have an outer body experience. It's you just being conscious of your own self, which is out of the body. You know what I'm saying? When I say it's out of the body is in within. The body is within yourself. Your body is within the ethers. Your body is within the self. You know what I'm saying? So if the body is within the self is not actually the body, because when the body died, the self is still there. The self is the blackboard. The body is the chalk, writing on the blackboard. But the self is actually the blackboard. You erase the chalk, and the blackboard is still there. But the chalk is the broadcast, is the receiver to broadcast the signal that we receive from self. Yeah? How would that make sense for you? But yeah. And that's how I see things, you know. Yeah, we learn how to make telephones, you know, we learn how to make radios, televisions. All these things receive and broadcast signals. And where are the signals? Signals are always there. Now we've learned how to create our own code of signals. Because once you learn the code of signals, you can broadcast your own signals. Once you have a broadcasting station, you can broadcast your own signal. Yeah. And send that signal to another receiver. So we broadcast signals to each other. We talk. You know? We communicate. Yeah. Anyway, love thyself.